Like fantasy? You're gonna love this. Join forces with your friends. I trust our call screeners implicitly. They're all awesome. We have lots of conversations. But literally, the question that's written here, I cannot believe is serious. So, Daniel in New York, how are you?
Hi, Daniel. I'm really excited to hear your question.
Daniel, are you there?
Daniel.
Okay, so it says here that your question is, if God didn't create everything, then who did? Is that an accurate representation of your question?
Not necessarily who did, but what did, because
Okay, because who did is a problem. Yeah, if you say, so that's why I was laughing, because if the question is, if God didn't create everything, who did? That is literally word for word the question I pointed out many times on the show presents a gross conceptual error, because it's like, oh, if God didn't create the universe, who did? Well, what makes you think it's a who? And so what you're really asking, which I'm glad we worked out at the beginning, is in fact everything that exists wasn't created by God. Then what is the explanation for existence, right? Okay. How about we don't know, and neither do you or anybody else? What's wrong with that answer?
So that means, we just leave it like, we just leave the mystery like that. That means, so what's the explanation that there's no other life out there in the galaxy, in other galaxies, and
that's not what I said.
Other lives.
Daniel, I made no declaration about what other life there is or I literally said, what if the answer is we don't know? Like, I have no idea whether there's something rather than nothing, and as far as I can tell, neither do you or anybody else. I mean, we're never going to know. That doesn't mean you stop looking. But I don't know why I don't have an explanation for everything. Do you?
No, I don't either.
Yeah, so we're kind of stuck. And so it's the people who are claiming that there's a God who have adopted a burden of proof, right?
So maybe, I just wanted to get back to the vocation maybe clear that, hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. I just wanted to make, wanted to get that clear, but since you made it clear that we can get comfortable with not knowing what the source of creation and just leave it.
That's not what I said.
So we just keep.
That's not what I said. You should be comfortable with not knowing. Your discomfort with not knowing is what encourages us to go out and look. Like, I don't know what causes cancer, and I don't know how to cure cancer, but that doesn't mean I'm comfortable not knowing that. We should continue to do research to try to find out. What I say people should do is get comfortable with saying they don't know when they don't know. But I'm not suggesting let's just sit around and go, well, let's throw up our hands and give up. That's never the right solution for me.
Point recently in a video that I did that speaks to what you just said too, Matt, which is there's a lot of danger in assuming you know. Because when you assume you know, when you say I already have the answer for everything, you create an agent like a god and say this agent is the answer for everything. Every question you could conceivably ask for all of the rest of the time, the answer is this agent. Then you are no longer incentivized to look outside of that paradigm for the actual, natural answers to questions. So it disincentivizes you from being more curious and investigating things further. So saying you already know is actually something that you should be uncomfortable with, especially when you would have to admit that you don't, because you're cutting yourself off at the knees there by saying you already know something A, you clearly can't, and B, that it still needs and requires investigation. If you think you already know the answer to it, then why investigate? And if you are investigating, then you're tacitly admitting that you actually don't know the answer. You're just asserting that you do.
Is that all clear, Dan?
It was clear.
Cool.
Appreciate that.
Did you have anything else?
I think, you know, it's going to be similar answer for another question I have. It's going to be similar question. I was going to ask about, stuff about the possibility afterlife and, you know, and the purpose of our living, you know, but I think it's similar answer. The same thing applies, you know.
It could be a similar answer. Like, I'm not going to pretend that I know what happens after we die. However, the notion that there is something that makes me, some part of me, which survives my death, patently absurd. We know from the way the brain works and the way that the brain can be manipulated that I can, through damage, change someone's personality, someone's memory, someone's desires. Every little thing that makes me, my memories, my desires, all of that is identifiable as a function of the brain and is subject to change upon damage to the brain. And in that scenario, let's say I got hit over the head with a hammer today, and all of a sudden I started believing in Jesus. Mean that I'm saved? Well, I don't know. What if I was a Christian who believed in Jesus and thought I was saved, but I got hit over the head with a hammer and it changed it so that now I don't believe? Does that mean I'm going to heaven? In either case, the things that make me, probably a function of my brain, there's no good evidence that any function of my brain exists after I'm dead. So the notion that I could have any sort of an afterlife is probably one of the most obviously wrong things that theism has ever put out.
I just need to sign that. I don't have anything really additional to add.
It's still, we're not claiming to know. But, like, there are some things where you might say, I don't know what the explanation is for the origin of the universe, but there needs to be some explanation assuming an origin. When it comes to, like, what happens after death, there's no reason to think there's any such time as after death for the person that you're talking to. As far as I can tell, when I'm dead, it's over.
Get me started on brain.
So what are you trying to say? No consciousness. I mean, because I've had this. I've thought about this several times. But I'm just trying to is that that means consciousness ends our life, or this or do consciousness after when we die? That's something that.
Trying to clean up here a little bit.
Right. We have no evidence that I'm aware of for this outside of a brain. Do you have any evidence for a conscious agent that is not a brain?
You can remember that, but there's life without consciousness. For example, like the photos of the womb, no consciousness, but it's life. It has life. So
I'm not asking about life. I was asking if there's any evidence of consciousness outside of a brain.
You're talking about afterlife, so you would need something to go to that afterlife, right? Sort of consciousness would need to go, some semblance of you, something that represents or continues on as a you would need to be in the afterlife. So, saying, which I agree with wholeheartedly, is that you can augment your brain structures and it fundamentally changes the conceptualization that you have of you, what you are, who you are, how you act, how you behave, how you perceive things. All of that is malleable throughout life and is directly linked to the brain. Once the brain is dead, you no longer have consciousness that can be interacted with. So what goes on? Do you think your consciousness exists outside of your brain? Is there a consciousness that can't exist without a brain? Because if there isn't, what's in the afterlife?
Okay, I think that's the question. I think
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, David. And if you have more questions, or better yet, if you have more answers in the future, feel free to give us a call.
You were lovely to interact with, so thank you, Daniel.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
I almost asked him if he wanted to hang up with us, but I only do that on the hangout. So. With Jen and Matt, you've left a couple of religions and wanted to talk about that, so welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. You know, I was raised in a so-called Christian household by my grandmother. My mother was never religious. He never even talked about religion or God. So my family died within a 4-month period between me turning 19 and 20. I thank the Abrahamic God. And then we started studying Islam on the fringes. 30s, ended up in a Christian church. Left that because Christianity is exceptionally jumped into Islam, did a deep dive and found the same thing. It's a racist religion. All Abrahamic religions are. And they're all about control, regardless of what color you are. What they want is control of your mind, your spirit, so to speak, and your pocketbook.
Can I ask where you stand on your belief when it comes to these religions? I mean, I believe that they're racist, but I'm curious, does that mean that you don't believe that they're true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I believe most of what they believe was written down by a man, because no God that would be intelligent enough to create us and this universe would be narrow-minded enough to send anyone to hell.
How do you know that?
For finite.
What makes you believe that that's the case? Because if it's possible that there's a God, I see no reason why that God couldn't be benevolent or even apathetic towards us. There could still be a God that just doesn't care, or maybe that God knows more. So how do you determine that if there is a God, it must in fact be good?
I can't make that determination because I don't know. I was about to tell you, even though I do believe there is a God, that this was all created, I couldn't tell you who did it, why they did it, what the purpose was.
Why do you believe it?
If you don't know anything about it, I'm not like
Right.
I definitely want to let you answer, and I want to know why you believe it, because that's interesting. That's what Jenna asked. My thing here is I'm not even sure what you believe, because all you've told me is that you believe there's a God, but it's not A, B, C, D, and E. So yeah, what is it you believe and why?
The way I govern my life, is that what you mean?
No, I want to know what specifically you believe God to be and why you are convinced that it's true.
I believe that God is pure energy. Honestly, I think he used to be a man. He evolved and evolved and evolved. And he created something just like him. And at some point, we will evolve and evolve.
He believed God used to be a man. He kept evolving and evolving and evolving. And this is the...
I'm so sorry.
This is the one question that people have trouble answering. They believe in God. They believe in God. Okay, describe your God to me. What is your God? And he's pure energy, no beginning, no end, omniscient, omnipotent. I swear, I was like, once you ask a person, like, okay, your God, describe it to me. Describe the properties of your God, and they go through this whole description. Then you ask them, well, how do you know that these are the properties of your God? Have you met him? Have you? And then this guy just said, they asked him, describe your God. He's like, oh, I think he was a man who just evolved and then created everything. That's the first one. I've never heard that one before.
I was
Well,
about to
Buddha.
say, most people don't even think that. He a little bit crazy for that.
Well, Buddha is the enlightened one or the awakened one. So Buddha is a man who woke up and to understand. Savage Gorilla. Who is Rufy and Savage Gorilla? And why are we booing them? I don't know who these people are, Lady Z. We say boo to Rufy. Oh, they are failed streamers? Bye-bye, Savage Gorilla. Your stream has failed. You don't engage with the population. You know? You're no longer a part of the PlayStation community. But Lady Z, I gotta ask you a question. Why come in my screen and shout out other people's streams? There's this thing I've been looking for. Fucking yo, I swear, I knew
And guess what I have downstairs?
I knew I had this shit. I knew for a fact I had one. I just could not remember where the fuck I put this at.
Well, I got here.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later, Lady Z.
I was eating this the other day, and I think I forgot about it.
And I was looking for it, and I'm like, damn, she ate my fucking snack.
Boy, you ate the whole box. I can't have two.
Alright, so I might keep this out, actually. Because I don't really need this in an art studio. I need this downstairs in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Wow, look, I found fucking king-size rolling papers, yo.
Babe, Lady Z is educating the masses for you on the channels, man.
That's what's up. This is art and education. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to educate us about Rufy and Savage Gorilla, though. I don't know how much I'm gonna learn from that shit. I don't even know who these guys are, yo. You know what I'm saying? I know they got a failed stream, but I ain't never watched their stream, so their stream couldn't have been that popular to start with. Check out Playroom Beef's channel. You'll see. Oh, come on, Lady Z. Once again, check it out. Check this out. My stream is entitled Art and Education. That's all I care about. I care about art and education. I took some books out. I would have flashed the book real quick to show the education part. But you see books in the paintings, you know what I'm saying? You see the book in the painting right there? That's all I don't care about Playroom Beef. That sounds childish. Playroom in itself is kind of has a childish connotation to it, like recess or sandbox. It's a playroom, and then if you're beefing in the playroom, it sounds like little kids are fighting. That's definitely something I don't care to check out. Yeah, Playroom Beefs. That's. I'm gonna sound snooty, but that's beneath me. I'm not gonna watch some guys just riff at each other for no reason. Especially some people I don't even know, I don't even care about, and then they're in the playroom and beefing with each other. Just like, come on, guys, come on. She said there's a Playroom Beef stream. I didn't even know somebody's
stream, like beef, like fighting beef.
The Playroom Beef channel.
Like fighting beef?
No, just like this playroom, motherfuckers just talking shit to each other. You'll never see each other. It's somebody in New York and somebody in Wisconsin,
like
and they're on the stream.
That chick Doja Chat that was doing all the online stuff in the little chat room.
And it's just like
I mean, for me personally, if I want to crack jokes on somebody, I want to be somebody I know, or like I want them to hear me.
That's what I'm saying. Just like people who come in here and just try to start shit with me, like I'm not about to beef with you fucking trolls over for no dumb reason yet.
Donald Trump for 2021.
But
like,
then,
sorry, he lost.
Some people just take that shit to the extreme, just like my man Graveyard Shift or Blunt Mover, Grave Alliance. Like he gets in beef a lot, and it's most of the time it ain't even him. It's just I don't know. He's like a real ass dude. He be saying some real ass shit, and then little fake phony motherfuckers who watch his stream get all pissed off and say dumb shit. And like when he get trolls in his stream, he go at them hard body.
Yeah.
And then people just
because it's like if you don't like it, just leave.
Just leave the fucking stream. Don't keep agitating. And then his trolls are so bad, he'll come in my stream and they'll follow him in here and fuck with him. It's like, dude, y'all guys have no fucking life. How are you following somebody around on a digital platform just to fucking?
But you know what's crazy about it? I don't want to assume, but most of the people are quote unquote middle-aged men or some young little teenagers. But it's crazy that you would think it would be the younger generation. These motherfuckers be in their 30s, 40s, and 50s doing that shit.
Definitely.
And a lot of them, nothing even against Trump or Biden, whoever you like, but it's the damn Trump supporters. Every time they come in here, there's been about 3 of them that's like, go Trump. And we're like, okay, cool, go Trump. Like they weren't expecting that shit. But it's just like, bro, take your racist shit out of here. Go be racist to somebody else.
Yes,
You know you hate black people. We know you want to say the N-word.
Like I said, I played that Trump shit about 5 times yesterday, where he talks about the fucking the COVID stimulus package. Congress trying to give us $600. Trump was like, nah, nigga, we need $2,000. And then he breaks down where all this fucking money is going. $900 billion in this fucking COVID relief stimulus package. And the American public is only getting 20% of that shit. 20% of $900 billion. The rest of that shit is going to foreign countries, lobbyists, and special interest groups. And Trump pointed that shit out. Pointed that shit right the fuck out. So people like, oh, Trump, like that shit supposed to fucking get me pissed off because you're a Trump supporter. I'm damn near a Trump supporter. You know? I support the motherfucker who makes the most sense. I will support the person who makes the most sense. You know what I'm saying? You making a point? Let me hear your point. What points do you have to make? I will definitely hear you out. My bad. I'm concentrating on rolling this leaflet. After these messages, we'll be right back. After this inauguration, we'll be white, black. If you want to learn how to roll, come holler at your boy. You don't know how to roll a good blunt? I said, come holler at me. I give 2-hour rolling classes. $25 a class. I leave my classes limited or at a maximum of 3 people per class because we do a lot of rolling, a lot of smoking. Can't have too many people and they getting all fucked up. So if you got a bad roll and you want to get a perfection roll, sign up for my rolling classes. Well, I will teach you how to roll everything from papers to backwoods. I know some people just don't know how to roll. And it makes for a terrible smoking experience. You know what I'm saying? 420 come around, nobody don't want to fuck with you. How is 420 and you ain't got no friends? You know why? You can't roll. Nobody likes a non-roller. A non-rolling ass. Yo, non-rolling ass. Yo, non-rolling ass.
Honestly, I think he used to be a man. He evolved and evolved and evolved. And he created something just like him. And at some point, we will evolve and evolve and
Okay.
evolve.
And can I pause for just a quick second? I'm so sorry. You're giving us a lot of details, and that's awesome. You know what we want to know exactly. We want to know what you believe. We're curious. But instead of going into all of the details, like metaphorically, the icing on the cake, can we establish that there's a cake? Can we establish why you believe that? You say that he used to be a man. You say that he does this, or he's good, or he's not good. What makes you believe that this being exists at all?
Give you tangible reason for its feeling.
And why do you believe it?
Care whether or not, do you care about what's true? Because there are plenty of feelings that I've had that have turned out to be not true. And so if you believe something because you've got a feeling, sounds like you don't care if it's true.
No, I absolutely believe care about what's true.
So let's imagine, Kirby, that there's a God out there.
The motherfucker, one guy
Not
like 20
the God
acres.
that you think it is.
Easy.
Which means the
No
God that
request.
you
The other
believe
person's
in
like,
isn't the right one.
when you turn in, do
How would you
this,
tell the
and then you
difference?
need
How
to
would
come
you
to
go
the
about
door. If
figuring
you
out
see
whether
a
your
door
God
with
is
black
true or some
32
other
on it,
God?
you're at the wrong door. You need to come around the back. I'll
No,
buzz you in. I'll stay inside for COVID safety. You need to come up to this. I was like, oh no. I just canceled the order. It's like y'all not paying enough for that bullshit. I don't care if you only got
pretty
something
much a neutral life as far as religion goes.
And that's one thing about people that live in apartments. If you too lazy to walk down your fucking steps to get your shit, then you're gonna pay me extra, or I'm gonna leave it right at the front door.
Pull that down just in case that camera's on.
Two things. I get me from mistreating you and keep me from allowing you to mistreat me.
Yeah, I get that. And as a secular humanist, I would say I excuse in that way. But none of that requires a God. None of that supports a God.
Mostly
So
everything is
I don't
5
want
to
to be.
15
I don't want to
miles.
misrepresent you.
That's one way.
It seems to me what you're saying is you
I
have
think
a
it's to the
different
store
view of
and
God
from the
than
store to the
almost
house.
anybody else.
Then you gotta
You've
get back
interacted
here.
with or we've
So
interacted
that's
with.
26
You have specific things
And they got a lot of
feel are
stuff. That's
true,
why I
like
said
this God
I'm
used to be a
dropping
man.
26
I
miles.
swiped on that
Fault.
$45 one. Somebody took it, and then
Let
I
me
took the
point out to
$30
you
one.
that that's not how evolution
And then that
works.
person asked for all that shit, and I was like, nah, you're not doing that for $30.
I'm not going to evolve into a higher.
All right, my bad, guys. I've been in here
Tools don't evolve
for the last 30
evolution.
minutes just
What
really
evolves
trying to straighten
is
up. I had tons of shit.
population.
And I do it like once every
This
few
notion
months
that
when it gets
your
too
God was
cluttered,
once a
but
man,
it
but
was
he
really
evolved.
cluttered in
Is
here this morning.
absolutely
So
nonsense.
I got all my markers and pencils
Biological evolution
put away.
is
I got
something for
like
which I
in
think
front of
you
my
would
TV
admit you have
kind
no
of cleaned
evidence
off
for.
a little
It's
bit.
just a feeling. Recognize that your feeling could be wrong.
But yeah,
you try to find a way to figure out what the truth is.
Then it's Christmas. Y'all supposed to be in the Christmas spirit too.
They just spent all their money on other shit.
But that's the thing, see, I don't expect shit. But if you too lazy to go out to the store yourself, and you need to tip the people that shop that's away from these things.
Simply a matter of opening my mind and not being stuck in dogma.
You put creamer in the cappuccino thing?
That's not.
I had already put it
Opening
in
your
there, and I
mind
asked you
and
what
not
kind of
being
coffee you
dogmatic
wanted.
is
I
not
only
the
put like
path of
this
truth.
much
Yeah.
creamer.
Evidence
Just those
is the
cappuccino
path to
cups, just
truth.
everything already in there. They don't need nothing else.
And how do you
I
find
think remember I had the
by
regular
looking
coffee
for
though.
it? And
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
if you're stuck in
No, tastes bad.
dogma,
Tastes almost like egg.
what evidence have you found?
Because of the sweet cream.
What evidence have you
What
found?
hazelnut and sweet cream? That's kind of nasty.
It's like an eggnog. If it had some nutmeg in this bitch, this shit tastes like eggnog a little bit.
Let me
Not
let me
bad.
ask you
You know
this,
what's
Kirby.
fucking good?
If I
That hot
if I
chocolate.
thought
If you
if
take
I
a
thought
little
that
bit of that
Jenna
hot
was an
chocolate and you
expert,
mix it with some coffee, I
and
know
I
it sounds
spent a bunch
nasty,
of
but
I
it's
used
time
to do
so
that
good.
looking
shit
for
in the,
evidence,
like
and I
when I
found
was in the
no
factory.
evidence that Jenna is an
I
expert.
worked in the factory
Would
for
it be
years, and that shit
reasonable
was
for me
it
to
wasn't
believe that Jenna is
like
an expert?
climate control, yo. In the summertime, it's hot as fuck in that bitch. In the wintertime, it's cold as fuck in that bitch, yo. Like cold, cold. So when I was working at the factory, I
It
was
would
drinking
be, but
coffee,
you're not
more
saying
coffee
that
in the
you're looking
wintertime,
for
yo.
a God.
But
You're
like,
saying you believe there is
I'm
a
not
God.
a big coffee
Well, let's
drinker
take
like
it one
that,
even
but
further.
like she
Let's
said,
say
I'll
that
take
it's not me that's an
a
expert.
pack of hot chocolate
It's
and put in my
Daniel
cup,
who's
and
sitting
then
to my
pour
left
coffee on
right
top of the
here.
hot
He's
chocolate,
the
yo, just to get that shit
expert.
some different kind
And
of
you
flavor to
can't
that
even
shit.
prove that he
Especially that
exists.
work coffee.
But
Yeah,
I
that
prove
work
that
we
he's
had the
someone who
cheapest,
is an expert.
cheapest fucking coffee in that bitch, yo. That shit was terrible, yo.
I'm not
Motherfuckers love that bitch. And then if they ain't some coffee made in the morning, they be like 5 niggas in line waiting for that shit. Like, yo, that shit ain't that good.
That's the other thing too. I can't drink coffee that sat out on me.
I
Like if
think
the
that's why I've
coffee
been
sat too
shitty so
long,
much,
then
yo.
because of the coffee. Yeah, if you drink a lot of
I've
coffee.
been drinking a lot of coffee lately, yo.
Well, coffee definitely will clean you the fuck out.
You shouldn't be able to say you 0% know. You don't know.
Between that,
So
I
if
feel like we've been
somebody
eating
asks
more
you,
vegetables lately too.
are you convinced that a God exists?
More
Your answer
vegetables
at this
once
point
a day.
should be no. You don't have justification for a yes. Right. So you're going to ask you, Kirby, do you believe that Jenna is an
So I
expert?
didn't get into the studio yesterday.
Yeah, I say I believe Jenna's but not an expert.
He texted me.
So now
He texted me yesterday. Well, I texted him when I was on my way up there because I was looking for some tree, and it was still early and the dispensary wasn't open yet.
Point was not
He was on his way to work.
how Jenna looks, or does she look
So
nice?
I went Instacart and went to the
Jenna's
dispensary. It added the
person, I know
dispensary
her
that's
personally, so she's
closer to
beautiful to
here.
me, no matter how cute she is.
Their website
or
is
anything
down, so I
else.
couldn't pre-order.
The issue
Of
here
course,
is,
you know.
if in
So I had to go all
fact
the way into Baltimore
you
County.
don't have good
So
reason
I go to
believe that
Baltimore and I
Jenna's
hit him up while I'm
an
out there,
expert,
like,
then somebody says,
hey, I'm on my way
Kirby,
to
do you
the
believe Jenna's an
dispensary,
expert? Your answer
thinking
should
maybe he'll
be
get a break from work. Then I'm already out here, I'm only like
No,
an hour and a half away.
yeah,
And then he's
your
like,
answer
yeah, I'm
should
gonna
be
be home
no,
for
I
2
don't have
hours. And I'm
evidence
like,
that
it's
Jenna's
gonna
an
take you
expert,
2 hours to
therefore I
get
won't
there.
believe it, right?
Sometimes he gets a little break, like a lunch break. So he told me if I come today, because he said after Christmas, but then he said after Christmas, I mean his birthday is New Year's, so like he got Christmas with his kids and he got his birthday and he's trying to do his own shit. So he was like, if you come today, he was like any, because there's a bunch of beats that he wanted to give me too that I didn't get. So he was like, any beats that you want. He was like, just go through. He's like, pick everything you want. He was like, if there's absolutely anything that you want fixed on your songs that I can do, he's like, I do that shit today. Because that's what he told me last time. He said, I'm going to fix it. He said, listen to it. He said, and I will say that I like to listen to it for like a week and then come back and say, okay, there's one little background that I can change.
But I didn't ask what you knew.
So,
I asked what you
do that,
believed
and
to
then
be. I asked what you believed to be true, Kirby.
it's going to be a stretch. But I'm going to be like, Mom, for my birthday, don't you want to make my
Stop
project
saying
master?
I have no reason to believe or disbelieve. Disbelief is the
Yeah,
default
but do that
position.
shit yourself.
Do you run around assuming everybody's an expert until they're proven not to be? Or do you assume that
But
nobody's
my
an
birthday is
expert
coming
until
up,
they're
so instead
proven
of
to
people
be?
getting me gifts, everybody just pitching and then I don't gotta come on my pocket.
Let me make this
Because then I can throw Dodge in there and just get everything
I
done
go
for free.
around assuming
Well, tell more people in your family that they donate towards this project.
Yeah, I'm not letting people know.
Because yeah, that's a lot.
I don't know why, Kirby, you're refusing to answer the question that you're asked. Say anything about
And that's my
potential.
dream.
I don't give a rat's fucking stop, Kirby. I don't. I asked,
Shit, you
fucking
just
asked
stay down there
about
for
potential.
Christmas and
I
all
didn't
that
ask
shit,
about
man.
potential.
You're
I didn't
going to
ask,
your
do you
granddad's
believe
house?
Jenna is potentially an axe murderer?
Yeah.
I
You
asked,
gonna
do you
keep
believe
driving
Jenna
back and forth
is an
2 more
axe murderer?
times this weekend?
And the answer to that should
Go
be
today,
no,
come back,
because you
and
don't
then
have
go back
evidence for it,
for
right?
Saturday. I mean,
You
tomorrow's
can't.
Christmas, but it's not like nobody has a tree up. Nobody's like opening gifts or anything. Like we don't do Christmas like
Yes,
that.
I fucking can tell you what your answer should be, because if
Well,
you
I know
care
my
about
grandma
the
got me
truth,
something,
sir,
and
yes,
I got her something,
I can,
but
and I'm gonna mute you
that's
so that I
it.
can explain this. If you
And then my
care
granddad,
about
that's
the
not till
truth,
Sunday.
now we have a should situation. Do you care about the truth? If so, then you should do
I'm
these
gonna go see
sorts of
Simone
things.
today, though.
If you admit, now, all right, I will retract this. Do you care whether or not your view is rational?
You told her that shit?
Yeah.
I got a beat in the middle of that, so all I got was care is rational.
Do you care if your beliefs are rational?
Do you care if your
Then
beliefs
I
are
can, in
rational?
fact, tell you what your beliefs should be. Because anybody, not just you. Yes, I
Yes
can.
and no.
If you'll shut up for 1 fucking second, I'll explain it.
That's the
on
thing. Like, if that
whole
shit ain't
planet,
rational,
any rational
I
being,
mean,
why
this
do you
isn't about
believe
you,
in it?
Kirby.
I'm not
Any
gonna say
rational
rational.
being who believes that Jenna
I'm
is
gonna
an
say
axe
I don't really
murderer
give a fuck
without
what you
evidence
think
to support that
about what I think.
is
Put
not
it like
rational.
that.
That's
That is by
better.
definition. It doesn't matter if
Yeah,
it's
put
you,
it like
if it's
that.
I
me,
think some
if it's
shit
the
that-
person in chat.
Well,
Right,
It
like
doesn't
my
matter.
opinion,
hold a
an
belief
opinion and a belief,
without
it
evidence,
can
that
be an
is simply
interchangeable word, but not
rational. That's what I
necessarily.
mean when I
Because your
say
belief
if
is
you
what you
care,
believe in, and
if
opinion
your
is
beliefs
like,
are rational,
but that's your
then you
preference. It's
cannot
still, you know what I'm
say
saying?
that
Like,
you believe Jen is an
I
axe
had that
murderer
shit written
without
down.
having
I had
an
some
argument and
quote.
evidence to back that
I
up.
heard
Do you understand that?
it's called belief because it's not a fact.
right.
That's simple. That's as simple as it is. If it's a fact, you don't have to believe it. You know it.
Well, just like, okay, you could say, like, I could say, I believe we're in some type of simulation, and I can't physically prove it. I'm not a, you know, none of us fully know exactly
It's
what
not a
we're
fact.
right. But no, and that's what I'm saying. So if somebody says, I don't believe that, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna say to them, be like, well,
You don't. I do, and you don't.
I believe it. I don't know. Or not even I wanna believe. I wanna believe that we're in a simulation, whatever. If somebody says, hey, we're not, then we're not. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I believe in God and we're going to
See, that's the
hell.
thing. You have to. Yo, good morning, bro. I was just talking about you a little while ago, man. I was just. You have to be convinced. Whatever you believe, you are somebody or something has convinced you to believe that. That's all it is. And so, are we living in a simulation? I'm gonna say I don't know because no one has convinced me that we are. No one has put forth
Kirby, so I understand.
demonstrable
You-
evidence that
hold
proves
on.
that yes,
It
we
sounds
are
to me
in
like
fact
when
living in
judging
a simulated
character- hold on,
reality.
Kirby,
So
please.
we can hypothesize
Sounds to
this
me
all we
like
want,
when
and
judging
we can
character
come up with
of
mathematical
a person that
equations
you're
that
encountering
gives us
that you
the,
don't know.
you know,
You
the
go on
percentage
defensive
possible that it may be true, or
Is that correct?
and at the same time, nobody has convinced me that the Earth is flat. Do I know it's flat? I don't know.
Okay.
I've never been in outer
So I
space.
understand
All
that
I know is the
that
shit
the
they show me in
survival
pictures and
instinct,
video
and I
clips
can
and tell me it's
completely
real.
understand
I've
that.
never seen
I
the
don't
Earth.
know if that has anything
So
to
you
do
know what
with
I'm saying?
rationality.
Do I think it's flat?
But that
No,
is an
because we got
instinct,
more
and
evidence to say it's
I
square.
can't knock you for that.
Do I
What-
believe
what-
we're in a
what
simulation?
Matt's
I
trying
don't
to
know.
get at is
Do I
he's
believe
not
there's a God?
trying
I
to
don't
make a
know.
point
There's a lot of shit
about
that
character.
I don't know.
He's trying to
And
make
that's
a
the
point
only thing. Is
to
there
figure out
reincarnation?
how
I
you
don't know. Is
determine
karma
what is
real?
actually
I don't know.
true, what is actually
I don't know. Like, no
what
one has
actually relates
convinced
to
me
reality
to say
objectively
yes.
according to everyone. So
Do
something
some
that would be
people
an
believe in
objective
God?
truth
Yes.
would
Do
be
some
that you
people
and I
believe
are
the earth
having
is
a phone
flat? Yes. Do
conversation
some
right
people
now.
believe in
That
karma?
would be
Yes.
something
Do
that
some people
neither you
believe
and
in
I
an
could
afterlife or
deny if
reincarnation?
we care
Yes.
about
And
what's true.
that's great.
So try
And
to not focus
none of the people who
on
believe
the
that have been able to
character
convince me
that
to
he's talking
believe the
about
same thing they believe.
personality. We're trying to look at objective, just rationality, right?
But
It's
Lady Z
objective,
coming here talking about
non-emotional
the
subject.
beef channel. You ever heard of that shit, bro? A beef channel in the playroom.
But
I'm not trying to visit no beef channel. And then I said, man, motherfuckers be fucking with my man Blunt movie, yo. Like, cause you do be having some beef, bro. But it don't be you. It don't be you starting this shit. It just be these soft ass, sour puss ass niggas who just come in our streams and say dumb shit. And then when we check them, you get extra mad. Like, don't get mad for me checking you on my platform. I put this shit together. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who is allowing you I'm inviting you to see into a personal part of my life. And you want to come in here and try to fuck with me, and I check you, then that's on you, bro. I said, I tell motherfuckers be follow your ass around sometimes. They'll follow you on my stream just to come fuck with you, like hard body haters, yo. Like I don't get it. And then there's a whole playroom channel for beefs and shit. I ain't never heard that shit, man. I ain't trying to be a part of that shit, bro. But that shit was funny. I say, motherfuckers try to fuck with you all the time. They hate real ass motherfuckers, man. You give them that real knowledge, especially when they say some dumb shit that you hit them with the facts. They be salty and sour.
And see, that's why I say you gotta know, like I always say, like, yo, I believe in this, but you ain't gotta believe in that. I can't prove that, but this is just not even, but well, I can't say believe in.
It is. That's a strike it back up.
Strike it back up.
Light it back up. Strike it back up.
Strike
You
it
gotta
back
strike the
up.
light, ain't it?
Strike it.
Oh my god.
Strike it.
See, when I do my country shit, she always trying to fuck with me.
Strike it back up. You gonna go down the street with them. Put them folk in there. Huh. Put your mama in there.
This community is the fakest and weirdest by far. It's very entertaining though. That's why we keep doing this shit. Our PlayStation community, because people who play PlayStation,
it's so many racist little kids and racist little white people.
And that's what it is,
God.
and that's why the community is like that. Because we're on YouTube, but the platform that we're going through is the PlayStation Network. And who is on PlayStation Network? Mostly a bunch of kids playing video. I mean, there are adults like you and I, because we've been doing this shit our whole life. You know what I'm saying? Some of us never lost the passion for video games. And now we're in our, late 30s, 40s, and we still play games, but the majority of the community is still young kids, and so now we have to, navigate our way through all these little chaps and shit.
For the young kids, too, because, that whole bullying thing, when we were kids, I don't know about you, but I'm sure you can relate. When I was in school, motherfuckers didn't really get stuffed in lockers and shit, on TV, but,
I got bullied. I was small.
No, but that's what I was going to say. Everybody got picked on. When I was younger, I used to get called ugly, chubby, whatever. You think you a wannabe black girl.
I was peanut head. I was dragon breath.
Everybody gets picked on. That's what I'm saying.
I ain't never thought about suicide.
They used to call me watermelons. They used to call me, because my last name used to call me Oscar Mayer. They used to call them all types of shit, yo. Whatever. It's kids. They do that shit. You bounce back from it. A little bit of it is good to give you a little bit of, whatever. But, these kids nowadays, when they first started being bullying, I'm like, oh my God, y'all are being extra. Kids are going to be kids, whatever. But, no, these kids nowadays, they're really fucked up. Remember the girl Kanika Jenkins? Her friend set her to fuck up. The little girl who ended up in the freezer in that hotel, in the bottom of the hotel, might have been 16. This was recently, within the last, I don't want to say 2 years, it might have been 3, but
she died or something.
She died, and her friends helped the dudes kill her, and they were dumb because they went live, and somebody was a good detective just like me, and I'm looking in the reflection of people's glasses and looking in the corners of the rooms and okay, in this slide the wall is yellow. Oh, in that slide the wall is yellow. Okay, let's put 2 and 2 together real quick. So it's just yo, that bullying is bad, but yo, the kids they really be saying fucked up shit to each other. It's been a couple kids that killed themselves because something happened at school. They were the trending topic online.
Kids 10, 11 years old committing suicide. What the fuck?
Right, yeah. And then another one was 14. And this shit is just ridiculous. Yo, it gotta, some kids just gotta stop.
That's the thing, too. Some of these motherfuckers are goddamn adults, bro. I was playing the one game. I let her hear the recording of that shit, yo. I had my headphones on, sitting there playing. And 2, it's a squad of 4. So I'm in there with a bunch of randoms, and it's been a couple weeks ago. And you can tell 2 of the players, they're playing together. They're in a group together. They know each other. They're communicating back and forth. They're talking to each other. And so it's me and one other random guy. So these 2 people, it's a girl and a guy. And they sound kind of young, late teens probably.
They sound like some hicks too.
And and the guy was saying like soft racist shit, but the girl, she just went out just like, yo, look at that nigga right there, go kill that nigga. Hate these fucking niggers, yo.
With the hard ER
Yo,
on the end.
and she kept saying that shit over and over. I'm like, yo, to the point where I had to start recording this shit, yo. Like, I wasn't streaming or nothing, yo. I'm just playing. I'm just trying to play the game. I'm like, yo, let me record a section of this shit. Like, record like you hit the gameplay and record like the last 15 minutes. I record that shit. Then we playing some more. And the one dude was like, yeah, you fucking Mexican. I'm gonna fuck you like a wet Mexican or
Oh no, he called him a wetback.
a wetback or some shit. He said, I'm gonna fuck
Mexican.
you in, I'm gonna rip your head off and fuck you in your throat or some shit. He said some weird ass shit.
Oh,
yo.
and then he said your girlfriend is a lesbian Asian or something. He said something about Asian people too.
Yeah. Well, fuck you like a lesbian, Asian. I don't know. But he.
Your mother likes the scissor lesbian Asians or something. It was something crazy.
Some weird shit.
Yeah.
But he didn't say like nigger or chink or.
Nah, he talked about he talked about Asian and Hispanic.
Yeah, so he was kind of like he was like soft racist, but she just kept saying nigger like it wasn't nothing. And then I said at the end of the match, I was like, hope you guys ready to get your accounts banned because I record all this nigger talk and I'm gonna send it to PlayStation. The girl, she's like, well, I hope you know I'm black. I'm like, I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit, yo. No black person ever says ER. Nobody, no black person does that. You're not black, yo. Stop fucking playing. And then the match was over. I went to recently played with and tried to find their accounts. Both of them already banned me. they don't block me, so I can't fucking get their ass. But that shit, it's stupid sometimes, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't make no fucking sense, yo. But once again, that's the PlayStation community. After they had like all of PlayStation, most of the AAA games had that fucking Black Lives Matter post all over the games, all over PlayStation, and said like, yo, if you continue to make racist comments, derogatory comments, anything like that, we're banning your accounts. We're not having this. PlayStation is not the area for this type of talk or negativity. Motherfuckers still do that shit anyway. But then I said, I'm gonna get y'all fucking banned. They fucking hurry up and block my ass so I can't see their accounts. Yo, peace, Grave. Yeah. Same to you. But we don't celebrate Christmas. Christmas is a conglomerate of a bunch of different pagan religions that have been like all rolled together throughout the years to kind of.
Well, we can celebrate like the solstice.
So it's been manipulated into this a marketing ploy for a decisive way to get people to spend large amounts of money throughout the holiday season, and that's how we base a lot of our economic growth on like different parts of the year, and then we have the physical year for corporations, and then there's certain things throughout the year that we gauge to see how well our economy is doing. And the holiday shopping season is one of those moments throughout the year where we kind of gauge, our economic stability. Because last year, the population spent so many $1 trillion on holiday season, and this year its spending is down by 35%. So you watch out for shit like this, and they manipulate all these different holidays throughout the year to get you to spend for especially the last part of the year, so you can start dipping into your savings that you saved all year. And then you have like this confidence knowing like, well, it's the end of the year and tax season is coming and I'll get some money back, so it's okay if I go a little bit in debt trying to keep up with the Joneses to have the newest of the new. So I don't fall into all this shit. So it's all the way from they've taken it from the old traditional ceremonies of pagan cultures, combined all these things, rolled this shit around, and now it's like this fucking little money making shit that nobody really understands the origin of Christmas, like where this shit comes from. What is the Yule log? Why do you chop down a tree, drag it inside your house? Why do you drag a tree in your house and decorate this? What's the mistletoe, the gifts, and all this shit, man? You know what I'm saying?
All I
Like,
know is the gifts is what I'm
all-
gonna receive. I don't celebrate, but I'm gonna receive some gifts. I'm not saying
yo,
nay.
D1. All that shit is just a bunch of different shit all rolled into one. And then you got Jesus and Santa, and somehow they kind of merged these two motherfuckers. But then Santa
Well,
is
you got Saint Nick, and
you got-
Saint
it's-
Nick
you got-
used to
yeah,
give the kids the
exactly,
candy
so
and
it's-
the little wooden shoes. So
well,
that
is
was
it Saint Nick or Kris Kringle? You know, so you have these two characters merged together to make Santa Claus.
Right.
And so,
But I was about to say Saint Nick was actually a good person if he was real, which I believe he was.
yeah, but most of these things are from male fraternity orders and brotherhoods, and so the gift giving was amongst men. It wasn't for kids or women or none of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You saying
It's
it was
like
Saint Nick?
Saint Nicholas. Yeah, it was like some Masonic fraternity type shit where they would give, you know, a brother a gift on a certain day. You know what I'm saying? That shit went for the whole family and for the whole village and kids and everybody like that.
Oh my god.
What's wrong, nigga? You Muslim? Oh, you Muslim now.
Well,
and ain't gonna be Akbar, Allah.
Let's ask the room. When we go to my grandfather's house, y'all, he likes to give every grown adult that comes money if they celebrate. So I don't know about y'all, but I know for me, I'm gonna pretend like I celebrate. That's all I'm saying. We don't either. We don't do Thanksgiving. I mean, but that's the thing. When your family celebrates, it's like you want to be around your family. And then the other thing I said is like, as much as I don't celebrate the holidays, I will take the holiday pay and I'll take the time off. Like, that's the one good thing. Like, you know, we need some days off throughout the year. We do need some new holidays, that's for sure. But I don't care about any of that as long as I get some days off.
Kick your boy.
Young Pharaoh. Yeah, I don't really buy presents for anybody either, but my family's still gonna give me presents. That's just how they do. But that's the thing, like, babe, you seen. My mom started buying me stuff before I even asked for anything.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is like 365 and 1/4 day, 52 weeks, 12 months in a year. Don't wait till one fucking day where everybody's supposed to buy a gift. If you care about me, if you see something nice and you got some extra spending money and you want to get me a gift, that shit ain't gotta be on my birthday. It ain't gotta be on no specific date.
See, I
Get
go
me
all
a
out
gift
for
on
birthdays
Tuesday.
too.
Get me a gift on this. She said she wants something for her birthday and told me what it was, and I went and got it the next day. I don't have to wait till your birthday. I want this, babe. I'll go get that shit for you. I'm not gonna wait until Valentine's Day, just to make it seem like it's something extra special. I can do this any day of the week for you if I have some extra money. I'm shopping for a pair of sneakers. I see some earrings. Oh shit, my girl look good in the earrings. It's fucking Thursday. You know, her birthday ain't for 3 months. There's no special holiday around. I can still get it for her. What the fuck is the difference? You know what I'm saying? It seems weird that people wait all year long to try to show you that they care or they're thinking about you, and by getting you, you know, by spending some monetary money on you and getting you something like that.
I
You know
see.
what I'm saying?
I mean, and I respect that you say
You
that.
can do
but
that
I just feel
anytime.
like on my birthday,
Yo,
it's
Vegas.
like you don't gotta spend a lot of money.
Birthday is something different.
That's what I'm saying. But
The
that's what I'm
birthday
saying.
is something
A birthday
different.
to me is like the most
Yeah,
important holiday.
that's-
So it's like I don't expect you to wait all year for
No.
my birthday. But like on my birthday, can you cook me a dinner at home?
Yeah,
or do
that's
something nice?
celebrating your life. That's something that we
and it don't have
absolutely
to be-
know for a fact is a real thing.
Unless it's like a milestone, 25, 30, 40, 50. You don't really have to go
I'm
all
good
out
on
and do anything
birthdays. I
special.
like that shit, yo. You went around the sun another time. Let's celebrate that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? You travel all the way around the sun again. Let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate that shit.
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
All that
Easter,
shit, all that
none of
man-made shit, man. Fuck that.
But again, I might be ignorant, but I'm not saying no to my gifts. Maybe next year.
Hey, if people
I got me some. I got some. What? 2 new pairs of boots. Got some new clothes. Yeah. What?
Yeah, you can see like.
Got me some gift cards. What?
I don't buy nobody shit, yo. I got one gift, and that's because a really, really good friend of mine, yo. She told me, she's like, oh, I got you something. And I'm like, fuck. Why'd you do that? Damn it. Let me buy her something. Fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like my sister, I don't expect shit from my sister. My mom, I don't expect my mom to call me and wish me Merry Christmas. My aunt, nobody. I don't expect that shit,
Speaking of which, it's your aunt's birthday.
Her birthday's tomorrow. Christmas tomorrow?
I thought her birthday was on Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve? Today?
Today's Christmas Eve. It's your aunt's birthday.
Oh, it is my aunt's birthday. It's still early in the morning. They sleep.
Yeah, and we never sent her anything for her birthday.
Man, you can send that shit ASAP. I mean, it's like,
babe, it's Christmas Eve. She's not gonna get it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
We'll send her something after for a late birthday present.
Yeah, I don't expect shit from nobody. And honestly, people don't expect shit from me. They know. I don't do it. I don't do that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? And my homie, man, we known each other for a few years now. And they ain't never exchanged no gifts. I don't know why they did that shit this time. It's just like, why you doing that? You know I don't do that shit.
That's what I'm saying, except
that's what I'm saying. I don't call or none of that shit. And then most of the time when people like, I was telling her, like, even with greetings and stuff, people like, well, Merry Christmas. I don't say Merry Christmas. I'm like, same to you. Or you, people like, Happy Holidays. Like, you too. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, same to you. You too.
Brother. I agree.
I'm not going to say, like, oh, Merry Christmas to you. Like, I don't even say that shit because I'm not, but I don't want to, like, you know?
I just say Happy Holidays because you don't know what somebody celebrates anyway.
Yeah,
they might celebrate Kwanzaa. They might celebrate, you know.
Yeah, I don't celebrate Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa. Same to you.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just people need to learn to say Happy Holidays. That's the politically correct thing to say.
Yo, Riley, what up? And we can give. I feel good when I give some shit too. If I bust my ass to earn a living and make a paycheck and I have some extra money and I can spend on somebody else, I feel good when I do that shit. I don't have to wait, one day of the year to do that. Once again, I can do that shit any fucking time. I don't have to wait till, Valentine's Day or Christmas or whatever to do that shit. And then it seems like motherfuckers feel oppressed. Oh, Christmas is coming up. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Nigga, like, even with my son, when I was raising my stepson, same way, yo. Nigga, I buy you sneakers month in and month out. We go shopping, I get you shit. Nigga, on Christmas, I ain't about to be pressed and stressed to try to get you some shit. It's December. Okay, good. Well, I got you a pair of Jordans in March. And then we got 3 outfits. And goddamn, you remember in June when we went shopping, we got you 3 whole outfits. And then in July, I got you another pair of sneakers. In September, I got you another pair of sneakers and 2 more outfits and 2 baseball caps. November, you got your ears pierced, got you some new earrings, got you a pair of shades you want, and another fitted hat. So it's December, nigga. I done gave you gifts throughout the whole fucking year. I got you shit all year. I don't feel pressed on Christmas to get him shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that shit. And my son be fresh all year. It ain't like he gotta wait till Christmas to get fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's, look what I got for Christmas gift. Nigga, my little nigga stay fresh all year.
And the other key too, like my mom, she used to do my summer shopping in the winter. So by the time summer hit, my shit would
and
be
that's
so
how
much
you
cheaper.
do shit, yo.
My brothers always wanted nice jeans and name brand stuff, and I'm a girl, so I kind of just wear whatever. I can have on some Target leggings and a damn Express shirt and a Coach purse. Like I could have on a whole whatever Fashion Nova shoes. It don't matter. So I used to like get all my shit on sale.
Yeah.
Get pairs of shorts for like $5-10 that normally be $30-40 in the summertime.
Yeah, right. Go shopping at the end of the season, like the end of winter time, right when it started getting warm. Go to the outlet, hit the leather store up then.
Yep, the outlet.
It's about to be springtime. I go buy a leather jacket right before springtime comes. Cause motherfuckers be cheap as shit, yo. And then right before it started getting cold, at the end of the fucking Like in the fall, that's when I go buy some shorts and shit. The motherfuckers start putting their jeans and all that other shit out. I go
Even
buy
like
all that shit.
tank tops and shit. Like tank tops go up in the damn summertime.
Just buy that shit in the off season. Right at the end of the season, go buy that shit then. Go get some sweaters and a jacket. Buy that shit we got there 70% off.
Get you some interchangeable outfits, some shit you can wear this with that, and this with that and that. I used to be good as a kid. What?
Young Pharaoh.
YP.
Peace, family. This video right here is about Christmas, America's biggest satanic holiday. Now, I know what a lot of y'all getting ready to do and say, oh, Christmas is about Jesus and holiday cheer and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. And y'all know how I do and how I've been doing on this channel. I've been coming with the facts. So hold on to your reindeer. Don't fall out your sled, okay? Because we finna do the same thing and slide on Christmas, okay? Now, Christmas has nothing to do with Jesus, okay? And December 25th is not only astrologically significant to the sun setting within the southern sky, specifically within a Crux constellation for 3 days, from December 22nd to December 25th before it comes back into the northern hemisphere, hence the biblical, allegorical, astrological, metaphorical reference of the sun, days, aka Jesus, dying and rising again 3 days later. Yeah. But December 25th is associated with with a European / German folklore deity named Krampus. Okay? Now, it's gonna get crazy. Okay? Krampus is known as the Christmas devil. Okay? So, before we go, because Santa Claus is Satan. Okay? And we're gonna.
I know about it. I haven't seen it though. I know it's creepy.
Yeah, some European shit. And Krampus comes around and scares the kids, and he actually kidnaps the bad kids and some shit.
And then I'm guessing in real life he kidnaps them and rapes them and does all types of shit. I already know where YP about to go with this because he already went in on Christmas once.
CRA, and that's the first thing that pops up.
Krampus.
This motherfucker is on some other shit.
Yeah, that background is looking good too.
We're just like a quick history of this shit. Yeah, it's like, the devil, Krampus, explain the legend of Christmas demon.
Sorry to ruin y'all's Christmas spirit and all,
but these motherfuckers, when they dress up like Krampus. This is for Christmas.
Of course in Europe. Oh my god! Why do I always gotta be like a demon horn goat?
All that shit.
And you know I got like I'm into goats because I'm a Capricorn. That's so awesome. Yo, that show with George, the funny dude. Didn't the one guy have the? Oh no, that was That's what that wasn't it? Who was it?
That would look like Krampus.
Yeah, this shit is so creepy. Like,
hey, y'all know about that Krampus shit?
That very first one was like, ugh. But I will say, like, as a kid, it was so much fun believing that Santa was just coming to bring you presents. And I would just say, like I said before, if parents are going to have their kids believe in Santa, I probably wouldn't. But if you have Santa bring, like, the stocking stuffers and the small gifts and have the big gifts be for you. But Santa don't get the credit for all the work.
It was the night before Christmas, and with his parents and siblings fast asleep in their beds, little Timmy decided to sneak downstairs and open his presents early. He was filled with excitement as he began to open everything. But when he finally got to his own present, Timmy was left looking down at a cold, hard lump of coal. The room went cold, and you could hear the rattling of chains behind him. This year there would be no visit from Santa.
I never got cold.
For those who misbehave will only be greeted by the shadow of Saint Nicholas, the demon of Christmas, Krampus.
Ooh. I don't like it when he say it like that. Sound like he's summoning some sheep.
To many of us, Christmas means a time of joy, togetherness, and family. But if we're being honest, as kids, it also meant no school and a bunch of presents. There are those, however, unfortunate enough to experience the dark side of Christmas. Those who never got their visit from Santa. Misbehave and you'll be on Santa's naughty list. But what if that list was more than just misbehaving children? What if that list was intended for someone else? There's nothing like tales of a demon who drowns, eats, and drags children off to hell to really get you into the Christmas mood. Jokes aside, Krampus is one of my personal favourites, and it's also a video that I've always wanted to come back to and improve upon. Stories of Krampus have appeared throughout Central Europe as far back as pre-Christian Alpine tradition. This area covers a host of countries from Austria, Germany, and Switzerland to parts of France, northern Italy, the Czech Republic, and Slovenia. Modern tales depicts him as the not-so-friendly companion of Saint Nicholas or Santa Claus, who punishes the poorly behaved while Saint Nicholas rewards those who have been good. However, it may not have always been that way. When discussing Krampus, there are two distinct periods of time that give us entirely different stories. The initial period of pagan tradition, and then the period after of Christian tradition. We honestly don't know much about his earliest origin because most pagan traditions were either forgotten or absorbed into Christian traditions. The most common belief is that Krampus may have originated from a horn deity. And we know this extends further than just pagan beliefs because horn gods have existed in multiple cultures across the world. There is a similarity between Krampus and the ancient Greek satyr, both being quite rowdy and mischievous, but one is clearly more evil than the other. In Old High German, the word Krampen meant claw, which could refer to a claw.
This creature, it don't eat humans. Oh, wow. So I guess they knew that.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't. I'm guessing it's a whale and not a shark. I thought it was a shark at first. So he's all scared and shit, thinking the motherfucker about to eat him and shit, and it's just a whale.
Nah, that's extreme.
That's very extreme.
Like,
I mean, you could have became anything then.
Like, Merry Christmas. Nah. I'm Jehovah's Witness, bro. We don't do that shit around here. And that's what I tell people. Like, my story is with religion. I was in foster care by the time I was 5 years old. Right around that time is where you really, really hold strong memories. You know, it's where the brain is developed enough to like hold these memories. So those are some of the earliest memories I have, you know, like 4 or 5 years old. So my parents were fucking junkies, and the state, I mean, they left us at home by ourselves, and the state came and took us. And so we're in foster care. My foster parents, Jehovah's Witness. So that was the first form of religion I was indoctrinated by, or they attempted to indoctrinate me. I was in foster care for 2.5 years. So for that early part of my, you know, memory and mental, cognitive development, personality development, I was indoctrinated with the religious views and beliefs of the Jehovah's Witness. And my biological grandmother found out that me and my sister were in foster care, so she adopted us out of foster care back into the family. So now my grandmother is raising us. She's a Christian. You know, so for the first couple years of me trying to understand a religion, it's Jehovah's Witness, and we don't celebrate holidays, and they explain to us why we don't celebrate holidays because of the pagan aspects, and, you know, we call the name Jehovah and all this other stuff, and we worship at the Kingdom Hall and all this shit. And so now I'm 7, 8 years old, and they're saying no, we, you know, it's God and Jesus, and we go to church and we do celebrate Christmas and fucking Halloween and Thanksgiving and all this shit. And it's like, okay.
Oh, y'all celebrated Halloween?
Yeah, I went trick or treating.
I went trick or treating too, but most of my people that I went to church with, they only did the trunk or treat. They weren't allowed to go trick or treat because it was a devil's holiday.
Exactly. We used to walk the hood and just go trick or treating dressed up.
But again, it's fun as kids, and you get free candy until you get candy with needles and poison in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at this real quick, and then I'm gonna leave you alone. This is so funny. It says Umar. It's fucking comedy. Just scroll down. I was waiting for what's funny, but when you get to the last picture, you'll see. I'm like, oh man. Right?
That's as he should be.
Savage. He was like, no, thank you.
As he should be. I got a picture with him.
For real?
You ain't never seen a picture with Umar?
No.
Yo, I see this nigga at family court. Cause he got, he got issues too. He got a kid and young child support and all this shit. So I'm coming in. God. I'm going into family court because he from Philly. I'm kind of from Philly, you know. So I'm in Philly at family court. Yo, I see this nigga walking into the same floor. The only thing that's on this floor is child support issues. You don't come to this floor for anything else. If you're on this floor, you're dealing with child support in some type of way. And so, goddamn. I seen him up there, and I just busted up with him like, yo, what's up, bro? Yo, I know who you is, man. I listen to you a lot, yo, and I appreciate everything you're doing. He gave me his cell phone number, and I was like, yo, gotta get a picture with you, bro. Like, but how he taller than everybody else in those pictures, that's a big motherfucker, yo. Umar ain't no little dude, yo. Motherfucker like 6'4", 6'5".
It's just his presence, yo. Like, he's just a motherfucker that could just give you a look and you straighten your act up. Like, if he was my father, like, I know his child don't play with him because he just gotta give you a look and you straighten your shit up.
But he do be doing some iffy shit sometimes, but he's just a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot more than a lot of us have.
And that's the thing. I prefer somebody who shows you that they're human and gets up there and says, yo, I'm not perfect. Exactly. I ain't trying to tell you how to live your life and your personal life, but let me show you how we can do this for our people. That's the thing. He ain't never say, you know. Because there's some motherfuckers who try to tell you how to live every aspect of your life, and it'd be like, just like think about, I mean, this is somebody different, but the pastor Jamal Bryant, and he was screwing his whole congregation. How you telling them to be faithful and do this and do that, and you know what I mean? So it's like, at least with Umar, he's just authentic. He's like, look, this who I am. This is what it's gonna be.
I know one time the first thing that I heard about him that was kind of controversial. He was saying he was celibate, and then some stripper started dropping text messages that they had back and forth, and I was like, come on, bro, how you texting the stripper and you telling us one thing and you telling the stripper some other shit?
I mean, let me say this. I don't judge anybody for what they do for a living. But when you're in that light, you have to walk the walk. Like, even young Pharaoh, for as young as he is, I don't know if he has several wives, but I know he has a girl that he always talks about, and, like, he has his kids, and, like, they live together, they're always together, you know what I mean? Like, and I know his girl is not, like, I don't know what she does, but I know she's not like a stripper or nothing like that. Like, he keeps his shit low key. Like, he's a young dude and you don't hear about him being in drama. So it's just like, when you got that much, you got to keep your shit under wraps. Oh yeah, that's a good picture too. He is a big ass dude.
Yo, he's
God
not,
damn.
yo, this nigga, and look at those pictures again. Yo, he's taller than everybody he's standing next to.
Oh my God, right? Cause see, here he looks about like 6'1". There he looks like about 6'4". I'm like, God,
yeah, he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Because you're not short either.
And I'm not really thin. I'm not skinny,
but he's naturally stocky.
Yeah, he's a
like
big,
you're
stocky
lean,
motherfucker,
like he's a football player, yeah.
And he walked by, and I'm just like, he walked by real quick, and I was about to leave.
It's so cool. I don't know why you didn't paint that because you got on the yellow and he got on the blue. That shit just is like, it pops.
I'm like, yo, Umar, what's up, brother? How you doing? Like, I'm good. Talk to Umar Johnson. He's like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, of course I know you, my dude. Like, maybe putting in that fucking work, my nigga. He's like, yo, just like I said, I appreciate everything you be doing, bro. Like, you helped me with a lot of shit, you know. And actually, you can't. Can you see it? You know, I was reading Huey P. Newton book at that time, yo. I had the book in my hand. I was like, yo, I'm trying to just be on my studies, man. Read my shit, learn my shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, that's what's up, man. He's like, yo, take my number down, yo. Where you from? We busted up for like a little minute, yo. Told him I was out of Scranton. He's like, yo, I'm always doing speaking engagements, man. If you ever want me to come through your area, if you got a venue or something like that, you know, a church, an assembly hall, or anything like that, you want to have, you know, pull the community together. Y'all got some ideas. Y'all can come out there, talk, organize some shit. But shit, that's what's up, yo. But I don't know, I ain't never hit him up. And then after that shit, like I said, the little shit about the stripper came out, and then he was beefing with somebody, and then he was on the live stream. He was like, nigga, I can call people right now. And then he made like he was on the phone. He had the phone to his ear, like he was talking to somebody. He's like, nah, nigga, I got it. Nah, we good.
The phone
and then the phone ring. And we was like, nigga, you're not even on the phone. Like, oh my God, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you like sound like you had a gang and you trying to calm other niggas down and there's nobody on the phone? You're talking to yourself. And
unless the call dropped and then they were calling him back.
No, he was talking when that phone rang. He was talking on the phone.
I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. I've been talking to somebody before and the phone cut off, and I look and because you don't hear anything, and you're like, oh shit, I've been talking to myself for the past minute, and then somebody calls him back because the phone dropped, the call dropped. He should have used that to save his ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, why you do that? That's just like.
Then after that,
the one picture and the girl's on the phone, but the phone's upside down like this, and I'm like,
damn. But then. And then the one other dude who really, like, the only reason I know about Dr. Umar Johnson, I ain't gonna lie, is because of Tariq Nasheed. So Tariq Nasheed, he put together Hidden Colors. And if you watch that first Hidden Colors, that's Tariq Nasheed's project. And he has Umar on there. So that's how I saw Umar, because he was on Tariq Nasheed's project. And then like years after I met the dude, like him and Tariq started beefing, and Tariq put it out there. It's like, nigga, like this dude mad because I won't have him on every one of my fucking documentaries, and he telling me, oh, the only reason that shit was so good because I was on there and blah da 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 da. And he was like, nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, you just want a paycheck, and I understand that, but he's like, bro, you ain't gonna be on every fucking documentary, nigga. I need to talk to different people. And I think they were beefing over some shit like that. And then he was like, really calling Tariq really called this nigga out. Like, yo, you know where the fuck I'm at, nigga. You know where my studio is at. You want to do something, nigga, come holler at me. I'm always here, bro. Come holler at me. You always want to. And then Tariq did this. You always want to puff up and do all that shit, nigga. He's like, I ain't got time for that shit, nigga. Come holler at me. And Tariq ain't no little dude neither. He probably about the same size. That's a big motherfucker too, yo. But damn, I don't know, man. I hate when them two motherfuckers start beefing.
This. Now,
Boozy.
Santa Claus, right? Is Satan. If you take the N out of Santa Claus and put it on the back, it spells Satan. Now, if you study what is known as psycholinguistics, an aspect of psycholinguistics is how your brain, okay, sees a word even if the letters are scrambled. So if you see God, your brain also sees dog, okay? As long as either the first or the last letter is in its proper place, your brain is still going to read the word, okay? So you could be reading something and it could say kill yourself today, but you don't know that. But your brain is still reading that because either the first or the last letter is in a proper place. So Santa, S-A-N-T-A, if you take the N and put it at the back, it spells S-A-T-A-N, which is Satan. So your brain is still registering Satan every time you see Santa. Now, Santa Claus comes on December 25th and gives the kids gifts. Now, Santa Claus is Krampus. Krampus is a European/German deity which comes on December 25th and eats and puts the kids in his knapsack. and goes off with the children to eat them. Okay? And Krampus has horns just like Baphomet, which is the symbol of Lucifer. Now I know what y'all saying. Oh, well, how you just gonna associate Santa Claus with Krampus? When the church wanted to co-adopt these so-called pagan festivities, you couldn't just bring Krampus to America because America is a so-called Christian nation. So they had to revamp Krampus and turn him into Santa Claus, aka Old Saint Nick. Now, what y'all don't know is Old Nick, okay, is not a person. Saint Nicholas was allegedly a person. Old Saint Nick, okay, Old Nick, the word Old Nick, O-L-D space N-I-C-K, is a title for devil. Go look it up. In 1643, the phrase Old Nick was first created, and it literally means devil. And the second definition is nickname for Satan. Okay? Okay, go look it up. So when you say Old Saint Nick is coming on Christmas, you literally saying old devil or Satan is coming. Santa Claus is Satan, okay? Krampus.
And this is what I say about religion, though. I mean, not religion, but...
The earliest citation of Old Nick is in the OED, is dated to 1643. A fairly recent hypothesis derives Old Nick from Old Iniquity, the name of the devil, and medieval plays. It's clever, and it mentions it in a non-committal way, but it's one of several equally ingenious guesses. Let's see. Used as the name of the devil.
Old Nick. But that's the thing. Like I say, if you want to celebrate Christmas, I'm fine with that shit. Just know, you just need to know where that shit comes from. If you know the origins, you understand it, and you can explain it to yourself a certain way, or explain it to your kids a certain way, where you can still participate in the gift giving and the decoration and all that shit. Fine, just know where that shit come from. Don't be so oblivious to what the fuck you're doing. And why you're doing it.
Greek shit is like incorporated in there too, because then it says Nicholas, and it is of Greek origin. The meaning of Nicholas is the people of victory, biblical, one of 7 qualified men in the first century Christian congregation.
And that's names, because names used to mean shit,
Right, and then Old Nick can mean a nickname for the devil in Christian tradition. Niccolo Machiavelli.
Niccolo
Machiavelli, Old Nick beer from
But that's what I'm saying. Just know where your traditions come from. If you want to celebrate this shit, just know the origins of it, and I'm fine. I don't partake in that shit. It's just weird. Like, why do we still do this? You know what I'm saying? Why do we still do it?
Oh wow, Saint Nicholas is, where did it just go? Is Old Nick and the cause of the misfortunes of the world, a member of the group who benefits from people suffering. Children's sacrifices are for him. And I mean, again, this is all just different.
And then it comes, and like I say, then they morph that shit into Santa Claus. And Claus, like, what the fuck you got Claus for? That's the Krampus part.
Satan. Krampus is Baphomet. Krampus is Lucifer. Now let's continue to get crazy, okay? Because now, remember, Krampus come to get the bad kids, okay? He come to steal the kids and eat them. And you can go look up all kind of pictures and paintings of Krampus. You're going to see him with the red lower half pants on, just like Santa Claus, and he going to have a knapsack. But instead of gifts in it, he going to have kids in it. So all they did was turn Santa Claus into a chubby old white man, and they turned the kids into gifts, okay? And instead of Krampus coming to take the kids, now allegedly in the form of Santa, he comes to give them kids. And this is why they made Santa Claus red, the same way that they always characterize the devil as being red. Now, let's continue on, because we want to talk about the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town, okay? Remember, Krampus's job was to come for all the naughty children, right? Let's just sing some lyrics to the song. The song goes, you better not cry, you better not shout, you better not, it goes, you better not pout, you better not cry, you better not shout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town, aka Satan, aka Krampus. Now, when he comes, what's happening? Let's continue the song.
That shit's scary.
He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Now, why would you be telling kids, please be good for goodness sake? Okay? Because it's a consequence. And what is the consequence? Krampus, a.k.a. Baphomet, a.k.a. Lucifer, a.k.a. Satan, a.k.a. Santa, is going to eat your ass and carry you off. Okay? The song is demonic. Okay? It's a demonic song. And people singing it. Okay? You got kids singing this song, warning them about the Christmas devil who comes to kidnap kids and eat them. This is all researchable. Go look it up. I don't want to hear it. Okay? Now let's keep it moving now. Now we want to talk about the Christmas tree. Okay? Because Satan, aka Santa, comes down your chimney. And coincidentally, Krampus used to come down people's chimneys too. Coincidentally. But Santa comes down your chimney and puts gifts under the Christmas tree. Okay? So you got to decorate the Christmas tree for Satan. Now, and we're going to go into pedophilia too. But we're going to double back on that. Let's focus on the Christmas tree, right? The Christmas tree, right, is what? A decorated tree that you set up in the awaiting of Satan, aka Santa Claus, to bring you your gifts. Now let's go to the occultic sciences behind the tree, right? The tree itself represents the tree of knowledge within the Bible. The balls on the tree represent the fruits on the tree that Eve ate from.
Well, originally it wasn't balls. They would put candles.
Really?
Like the Christmas lights.
Were candles back in the day
they
before they had actual lights.
They would have little candles on the tree, and there wasn't balls or anything like that.
Now that I never knew. You just taught me some shit.
I forgot the first guy who broke that shit down, but that shit is like some Nordic type shit, yo, of bringing the Yule log in the house or the Christmas tree into the house.
Your Christmas is just like you got the Yule log
and like
you got
putting
the tree,
fucking lights on that shit,
yo. You got the
yo.
fucking Christmas carols and you got the damn nativity sets and you got this and that, and it's just like, what in the fuck?
But the lights on the tree, mean something too, yo. That's why you put lights on that shit, yo. That shit represent some shit. I can't remember. I'm gonna see if he said that shit, but I need to find that other documentary I heard about Christmas, yo. Motherfucker broke every little shit down.
That the devil told her to eat from, aka Satan. The ribbons on the tree represent the serpent, aka the form of Satan in this particular story when he talked to Eve. Okay? And the 5-point star on the top of the tree represents the pentagram, which in Satanism is a symbol for Lucifer. Okay? And not only is it lit up, you got lights on the tree. Why? Because Lucifer is the beholder of light. So your Christmas tree is a replica of the tree of knowledge. And remember, Luciferians believe that Lucifer gave Adam and Eve the gift of knowledge that God tried to withhold from them. This is why you're waiting for Santa, aka Satan, to come down your chimney and give you a gift underneath your Christmas tree. See? They got you playing. Your husband and your wife. I mean, you might be a husband or a wife. aka you and your spouse are supposed to be playing the role of Adam and Eve, and you waiting for Satan to come give you the gift of knowledge. Okay? This is why the Statue of Liberty is holding a torch. This is why in Masonic lodges, okay, when they take the blindfolds off you during your candidate initiation ritual, you're in front of candles or torches. Anytime you see a candle or a torch, you are seeing somebody who submits to Lucifer. Period. And Luciferian doctrinal practices. Period. Now let's keep it kicking. Okay? Because we want to talk about sacrifice rituals. Because you might just think burning the birch wood in your fireplace is just something people do on Christmas. No, that comes from the Yule practice, okay? Yule practice was a German, pagan, as they like to call it, festival which lasted from December 21st to January 1st, okay? Where they would do human sacrifices, specifically on December 25th. And on December 25th, one of the sacrifices would be they would burn a human alive. So the birch wood, okay, is symbolic to a human when you throw it in the fireplace. Now, they also tell you to keep a piece of your wood or keep a piece of your Christmas log, okay? So that way you can burn it for next year And they say every year you're supposed to keep a piece and throw it in the fireplace every year. The reason that they tell you to keep a piece is so that you can keep the same energy and welcome it into your home each year. Okay? So this is all occultic, all satanic. Okay? All satanic practices that you have no clue of because you think you worshiping baby Jesus. Now, Christmas ain't got shit to do with no Jesus Christ. Except for the fact that, as I stated before, Jesus and Lucifer is the same person because Jesus in the Bible refers to himself as the morning star and Satan in the Bible refers to himself as the morning star. Okay? And you both see Lucifer and Jesus doing this. This symbol right here is called the symbol of apostolic succession, which leads to temporal power, which means that the Pope is the head of all nations and religions on the earth until the one true God returns, which is Lucifer. Okay? So you think you're waiting on a Messiah to return, but there were no vowels back then. Okay? So if you take all of the vowels out of the word Messiah, it spells the word mus, like a snake hiss, like a serpent, like Lucifer, okay? And the word mus, okay, comes from Demotic text, okay? And that's the name for the Egyptian crocodile deity for Sobek, and that all is referenced back to Freemasonry and the Illuminati because they consider the head of the Pendar a reptilian-like being or a dragon, okay? So if you're waiting on a Messiah, aka a mus, you waiting on a dragon. And in the Bible, it says what? Lucifer or Satan are both referred to or referenced as a dragon, okay? Lucifer in the garden was talking to Eve in the form of a serpent, a with a hiss, like mus. And you wait on the Messiah. So you think Jesus is your Messiah, but you know that Jesus and Satan is both the morning star, which is the planet Venus, okay? Because Venus has phosphorus in its atmosphere, and when phosphorus is exposed to oxygen, it lights up and seems bright. We know that planet is not a star, it's a sun, okay? And this is why they say Lucifer always want to be like God, because God is the sun, and Lucifer is just a planet, okay? But if you don't know anything about the orbital coordinates of the planet Venus, every 8 years, it forms a 5-point star, which is a pentagram. Hence how you get the Eastern stars in Freemasonry. Now let's keep it moving, okay? Because we want to talk about the mistletoe now. And we're going to go to pedophilia last. Now we want to talk about the mistletoe. The mistletoe comes from Saturnalia, okay? And during Saturnalia, which I'm also going to cross-reference again later on, but during Saturnalia, they will use the mistletoe for sexual ritual practices, okay? These mistletoes were considered fertility plants. So this is why they tell you to kiss under the mistletoe. But instead of it being heterosexual back then, it was homosexual, okay? And so they were doing all kind of sex magic on each other back in ancient Greece using mistletoes. Okay? So every time you kiss under a mistletoe, you're partaking in a sex magic ritual practice which stems from ancient Greece. An ancient Greek festival known as Saturnalia. Now we want to go to Holly, okay? Because you want to sing fa la 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 la. Deck the halls with bobs of holly. Hollywood. I did a whole video on this damn near a year and a half ago. Hollywood, okay, is a wood that when you burn it and you inhale it, it causes you to hallucinate. And this was used in sorcery, occult magic, and rituals. This is why the main place which is used to psychologically program your mind is called Hollywood. Duh. This is the home of hypnosis on the planet through media, Hollywood. Okay? So now you got mistletoe, which is a fertility plant. Hollywood.
We listening to Young Pharaoh. Yeah, the letter J wasn't induced to, exactly, so there was no Jesus. Or none of that shit, yo. It's so funny. Yeah, Young Pharaoh, he be hitting them off with some shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, it ain't no shit that I don't know already. You know what I'm saying? But he just got that young energy. He be spitting it back to back to back. You know, he do like little concise videos like this. He know his shit. That's what I like about him. He know his shit. When I don't agree with everything he says. Sometimes there are some shit that I hear and it's just like, I don't think that's all the way right. Or not the best way to explain it, you know? But he's dope, yo. Young Pharaoh.
hallucinogenic, which has an hallucinogenic effect when you burn it and inhale it. Okay? So everything about Christmas that we just ran down has been occulted. Okay? Now, okay, let's go to the Christmas poem. Cause this is for niggas, okay? Cause you want to be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Halle Mary Shiny. That poem was written in 1822 by Clark Clement Moore, okay? 1822 by Clark Clement Moore, okay? Do you know what you was doing in 1822, black dude, black woman? You was picking cotton, okay? So now why is it important? I'm tired of y'all keep trying to defend Christmas when Christmas don't have nothing to do with you. You was picking cotton. Okay? You shouldn't even be having nothing to say about the defense of Christmas. Now, jumping back on Satan Claus, a.k.a. Santa Claus, okay? Let's go to pedophile ritual, okay? Because you got to sit on Santa Claus' lap, okay? And tell Santa Claus what you want. That is pedophilia, okay? That is pedophilia. During Saturnalia practices in ancient Greece, okay? They would bribe the children in exchange for sex with gifts and sweets. Same thing you do with Santa Claus. You sit on his lap, which is a symbolic form of pedophilia, and tell him what you want. And then he come in your house in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, while your parents is sleeping. And you got to have them some milk and cookies. Okay? What kind of grown... Let me tell you something. Any other day in the world, okay? We tell our children what? Don't you talk to no goddamn strangers, and don't you take nothing from no goddamn stranger. If your 5-year-old was walking home from school and a stranger pulled up and said, hey, you want a gift? You want a gift? Come here. Sit on my lap and tell me what you want. You would say, hell no, did I tell you don't take nothing from no stranger? So why one day out of the year is that acceptable? For your child to go talk to a stranger, sit on his lap, and tell them what they want, with the belief that when you sleep and without your knowledge, this same strange man is going to sneak into your goddamn home at 3 in the motherfucking morning and be with your kids. You don't know what Santa Claus doing with your goddamn kids at 3 in the morning. What grown-ass man you know is supposed to be in somebody's house talking to their children, talking to minors, drinking milk and cookies and shit, okay? And so, what y'all not understanding is the symbolism here. Because once again in Saturnalia, when they give you the gift or the sweets, okay, they take something from you, all right? And so the milk and cookies, okay, the milk and cookies that the kids is waiting for Santa, okay, is symbolic to that sexual exchange, all right, that a pedophile back in Greek times would get from the children. I'm trying to keep my words, you know, as mature as possible because I want this video to go as far as it can go. But y'all know what I'm trying to say with them milk and cookies, okay? And so, whatchamacallit? That's pedophilia. You let your child sit on this man's lap, tell him what he wants. You engage in an ancient Greek practice called Saturnalia. This man double back 3 in the morning while you sleep and come bring your kids some gifts and take their milk and cookies, okay? So you are sexually abusing your child ritualistically through occultic satanic sex magic, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. You don't even realize it because you're so caught up in the bull crap of holiday season and holy cheer, okay? And I can go deeper on Christmas. I can go way deeper, but I'm not, okay? I'm not. And whatchamacallit? I want to say this. I'm not right now because I did an entire lecture exposing every single holiday of the year, and that's why I'm not. If you want that, go to youngpharaoh.net. The link is in my description. Go watch it. But with that being said, family, I'm going to drop one more jewel for you. If don't nobody believe that Krampus is Santa Claus, if you play Fortnite, or even if you don't play Fortnite, go Google the Krampus costume and outfit, which was unlockable this past Christmas. And guess what he's going to look like? Santa Claus with horns. He's going to look like a devil with horns. Okay? And so you have to ask yourself, if Krampus or Lucifer don't have nothing to do with Christmas, why are they putting this character in games? You know how many movies? Do you know how many Krampus movies they got? Okay, go look up. Just go type in Krampus horror films. You're gonna see mad demonic looking devils with Santa Claus hats on. Okay, they tell you all the time. They tell you all the time. I believe it was in 1798. If my year is correct. If not, y'all get the correct year. but I've said the correct year in previous videos. So if it's incorrect, correct me in the comments. But there was a law called the Alienist Edition Act that the government placed upon editors to where if you publish information without their permission, you could be tried with treason. You could be charged with treason and hung. Okay. So when people make these movies and these games, they have to do it in the form of fantasy or not being real because they can't tell you the truth without the government's consent because the government controls what is and what is not public information. Okay. And so when you see Krampus in Fortnite and you think it's a joke, or you see all these Krampus horror story movies where the devil is, where Santa is really Satan, and you think it's just a creative idea somebody came up with for a horror. No, this is really what it symbolizes. It symbolizes Luciferianism and pedophilia. And Christmas is probably, I want to say, the biggest holiday in America every year. Every freaking year. This ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn Jesus. I don't care if you believe in Jesus or not. This ain't got nothing to do with no Jesus. December 25th is for the return of the Christmas devil. Go look it up. Go look it up. Go look it up. And with that being said, family, I hope that this video has enlightened you to the level of importance it is to not just engage in things, but to fully and thoroughly research the things that it is you wish to engage in. And with that being said, I love y'all. Wait, look. And with that being said, Merry Christmas. Love y'all.
With that being said, Merry Christmas. If you want a gift, Merry Christmas. Here go your present, bitch. You know what? I might have to share that on my Facebook page real quick. Let me do that shit right now. Let's see real quick. Hold up, guys. What the fuck is this? All right. I leave it up like a 5.
With Facebook Shops, connecting people with your business just got easier.
I want it to stop people.
You're watching.
Nope, Breakfast Club will definitely flag you for their shit, bro. Trust me. I know.
We pop them bottles like Sarah. For that rhythm, my cup is a ritual. Yeah, I wake up and go get it, it's ritual. Yeah, keep a queen on my arm, it's a ritual. Ritual. Got it in here. Where do I make them all disappear? Watch them hop on my dick like my name and they mouth is habitual. Like I want in this bitch, make it magical. For that wine in my cup is a ritual.
Peace, family. This video right here is about monotheism and astrology. Hence, how the elites use spirituality and astrology to rule the world. We're going to jump right in. And so with that being said, family, okay, we're going to go in order, in the same order of the subject matter that it is in the title. So we're going to start with monotheism, then we're going to break down the astrology in regards to how the elites use it to rule the world and control the masses. Now, you have poly and then you have mono. Poly meaning many, mono meaning one, singular, okay? So the elites use monotheism to rule the world. Now, before I go in, let me give you some examples, okay? Poly, right? In ancient times, you have people who had, in regards to their deities, they had a polytheistic inventory, meaning many deities. And we know that in a lot of cultures, some of these deities were literal interdimensional beings, and in other formats, they were just principalities that were personified or anthropomorphized depictions of how you were supposed to live your life. And then we know even in relationship styles, there were poly. You had women who had multiple husbands, you had husbands who had multiple wives, etc. And so now, with the conquering of such a living system, okay, and due to the planet being now invaded in regards to the consciousness of the people of this planet, poly has turned into mono, which means one. Many has turned into singular. And so the whole has now been revamped to focus on the falsehoods of an individual. And so now, even if you look at the laws of the world, right? Because we know the elites is controlling the governments by controlling the currency systems, aka the monetary systems, aka the money and the banking systems of these countries. And so when you look at the majority of the countries in the world, except for when you go to Africa, most of them don't even practice poly-style relationships, let alone poly. God, everything is monotheistic and capitalistic in its foundational setting. And so with that being said, we have to understand not only has this been revamped historically, I have to show you how and why. And so monotheism, right? Why is monotheism important, right? Monotheism is important when controlling the God concept, is because not only does it take yourself out of the seat of being the God in the situation, it literally destroys you from your culture. And then it brings into introduction of people who can claim false jurisdiction to be better than you. And so spirituality is the origins, religion is the origins of racism, okay? Outside of, other factors that we're not speaking on. But religion is in the top 3 origins of racism, and I'm going to prove it right now. And so that being said, let me get back on my point. And so if you are someone who subscribes to the Egyptian culture, the Greek culture, whatever culture you want to, Hinduism, whatever, right? We understand that these cultures have multiple deities, right? And for whatever reasons these deities may represent, we're not going there now, I'm just proving the point. Now, when you subscribe to monotheism, what happens is you immediately eliminate every other culture on the planet Earth that does not subscribe to monotheism, and all you have left on the table is Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. And so all of these other deities are considered false idols and things like that. And so monotheism literally eliminates everything that came before it. So we know that Egypt was here before Christianity, but monotheism, being a belief in one God, deems Egypt as evil and satanic, and so you got to throw that out. Buddhism, evil, satanic, throw that out. Hinduism, evil, satanic, throw that out. Greek, evil, satanic, throw that out. Nordic folklore, evil, satanic, throw that out. Viking mythology, evil, satanic, throw that out. Mayan mythology, Aztec mythology, Olmec mythology, all of these different cultures, whether they be white, black, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, you have to throw them in the garbage because they no longer subscribe to the belief of monotheism. And so this is how the elites have initially finessed their way into getting you to not adapt your own culture. Because if you subscribe to monotheism, aka Judaism, Christianity, or Islam, you immediately throw out the heritage of your own ancestors. Could you imagine? We know that black people were the first samurais and all of that type of stuff, but we're not going there right now. Let me just be blatant, right? Just for the general public right here. Could you imagine being a Chinese person, could you imagine being a Japanese person and living in Japan, but you a Christian? You subscribe to a monotheistic religion. So now all of that heritage and all of that stuff over there in China don't mean nothing to you because you think it's demonic and you're demonizing it because it's only one true God and his son is the Lord Jesus Christ. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine being a black person and living amongst the Oshuns or the Orishas or living in Egypt and you throwing away all the work of your ancestors and all of the ancient antiquity of your ancestors? Or could you imagine being in the Americas and you don't want to claim your Aboriginal descendancy, or you don't want to claim the Olmecs, or you don't want to claim the Aztecs and the Mayans because you a Christian, so you believe it's only one true God? And so when y'all see where I'm going with this, y'all can see why monotheism had to be used as a blueprint in order to come in and get you to denounce any other form of spirituality outside of Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. So now with that being said, now once you denounce your own sequence of spirituality and your own ancestral heritages, right, which were passed down or should have been passed down to you spiritually, what they do is they now, right, come in the form of Judaism to put themselves on top. And so the reason that monotheism is important is because it involves what you call divine revelation. And divine revelation is the alleged revelation of God allegedly revealing himself to a specific group of people and making them his chosen people. And so this is where false spiritual permission is being given to do the things that people do over the earth. And this is also where racism comes in. And so let me give you an example. Once you eliminate every other form of deity with monotheism, then not only do you tell people there's one true God, now what they did was they put themselves in the place of that one true God. And so in Islam, when I went in on Islam, I showed in chapter 3, verse 33, where Allah, aka, chose the descendants of Shem, aka the Arabs and the Caucasian, as his divine chosen people. Now remember, the elites wrote all of these religious books. This is why when you walk in a Masonic Lodge, there's a Torah, aka Judaism, there's a Bible, aka Christianity, and there's a Quran, aka Islam, on the altar. And this is why Masons don't care which one of them you subscribe to. You just have to believe in a one true God, aka you just have to be monotheistic, because all of these books say the same thing. They're just meant for different classes of people. The Torah, aka Judaism, is for the elites. This is why the Jews own everything, aka the elite class of society subscribe to Judaism. And then Islam and Christianity is for the masses to be ruled by. And this is why Judaism doesn't acknowledge Jesus Christ. This is why Judaism doesn't acknowledge any of a good majority of the Islamic prophets, because Judaism is for the elites to look down on the masses and govern them through that. And so with that being said, let me continue on. Now, divine revelation, right? According to biblical scholarship and Jewish scholars, okay, the first people who were ever talked to by God were the Hebrews through Moses. Now we know that none of this shit never happened, but I'm showing y'all something. So now what the elites did was they eliminated your spirituality, and then they came in with monotheistic religion, and then they said, you know what, we were the first people to be talked to by God. Because remember, Hebrews, Jews, and Israelites are all the same entity. And we know that Judaism, aka the Jews, their history is not factual. their history is strictly founded upon biblical scholarship. So if you destroy religion, you destroy Judaism. I just did a whole lecture called Judaism Exposed. And so I want to show y'all something. Now, when you go to Exodus chapter 19, verses 5 through 6, and also when you go in the Torah or the Bible, because the Torah is the first 5 books of Moses. So basically it's the Old Testament minus the New Testament. So when you go into the Torah and you go to chapter 19, verses 5 through 6, or you go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, all 3 of these passages in the Bible are God saying that the Jews are his chosen people. And so the people that's running the world have created a character called God, created a setting called monotheism, to which they use to make you eliminate your spirituality, to which they use to tell you it's only one true God, and then the same one true God that they allegedly created, which is a fictional character, they made that God acknowledge them as his chosen people. Now, why is this important? If you subscribe to the fact that a God exists, then you subscribe to the alleged facts. If you subscribe to the falsehood that a God exists, then you subscribe to the rest of the falsehoods by default, which come with it. So if you believe that there's a God in the sky, then you believe that God spoke to a chosen people. And those chosen people that are being alleged to have been spoken to by God are the Jews, aka the elites, aka the Illuminati. And so what these people did was they created a spiritual system and got you to subscribe to it. And by you subscribing to it, your subconscious mind is creating a reality that puts them on top due to you subscribing to a system that puts them on top. So let me give you an example. That's like if I create a character called Joe, and I say Joe is God, and Joe chose me and my family to be his chosen people. If you believe in Joe, then you believe that I'm the chosen people of Joe. And so also when you go into the Bible, it speaks about slavery. It says that it's okay to rape kids. It says all kinds of stuff in the Torah. Especially in that Torah. Even more so in the Torah than they do in the Bible, but most people don't read the Torah. So with that being said, all of these horrific things that's going on in the world, these people are doing it to you because God said it's okay. God said black people in the Bible are cursed. In the Torah, it says black people are cursed. In the Torah, it say that black people have kinky hair and big noses because God put a curse on us. So it's called the curse of Ham. Go look it up. So with that being said, the reason that we have kinky hair and big noses is because we the descendants of Ham in the Bible, and we cursed. So we're cursed. Black people are cursed and inferior in every religion. And so even if you're not naturally a racist person, even if you're not naturally a bigot, even if you're not naturally a zealot, by subscribing to religion, you're going to subscribe to racism and some falsehood of conflict within society, because that is what these books generate. And so with that being said, coming back to the elites, everything that the elites are doing to the masses, they're doing it because we're allowing it, because we subscribe to the falsehood that it's okay because God said they could do it. God said that black people would be enslaved for 400 years, allegedly. Remember, they wrote it in there. So now when we get enslaved, we feel like it was okay because God said it. But really, God didn't say it. They said it. But they telling you that God said it so that you can believe that it's okay in regards to what they're doing to you. So when people say, oh, everything in the Bible that's happening is coming out, nigga, they wrote the book. That's like if I write a book and I say, on Thursday, I'm going to run in your house and tie you up and rob you. And then I make it a religious book. And then you be like, on Thursday, somebody going to come to my house and rob me. Then when I come in your house and rob you, you won't even fight back because you think it's divine revelation. When really all I did was premeditatingly document what I'm going to do to you and blame my actions on a fictional character's ordainment. So that monotheism has been used, okay, to infiltrate the people. Now what happens is the Bible is based off astrology. Remember, holy means Helios, Helios means sun, Bible means Biblios, Biblios means Greek. The Bible literally means sun book. Psalms 89:11 says what? Or 84:11, one of the two. Says what? Our Lord God is the sun and shield. And so that being said, the Bible is based off astrology. Now the Jews' entire history is based off of the book of Exodus and Leviticus, aka those two books are where God allegedly ordains them as his chosen people through Moses. And that is also where Exodus allegedly takes place. Now, Exodus never happened. So without Exodus, there is no Judaism. There is no Hebrew. There is no none of that. Now, why is this important? Astrology, right? The Jews have their own calendar. Now, we live according to the Christian calendar, which is the Gregorian calendar, gargoyle, demonic entity. But I'll go into that in a second. Now, with that being said, we live according to the Western calendar, a.k.a. the Christian calendar, a.k.a. the Gregorian calendar. The Jews do not subscribe to that because Jews, a.k.a. elites, do not subscribe to Judaism. The Jews' calendar is called the Jewish calendar. And their first day of the year is March, okay? And they call it Nisan, month of Nisan, Nisan. And then the end of the year is February, which is called Adar or Adar, Adar. And so the Jews, which also in the Bible subscribe, if you go read the book of Leviticus as well as Exodus, I can't pull the verse out of my mind right now, but go look it up. That's when God told the Jews that the month of Nisan, aka March, would be the first year of what you call the seventh great feast of the Jews, in order to remember him for delivering them out of Egypt through what is called the Passover, which never happened. And so that being said, before I even go, you can see these people wrote a book demonizing, cursing the people of Africa, and then demonizing Egypt, and then making Egypt not only a false demonic, giving Egypt a false demonic narrative, but they start the book off with God killing all of the Egyptians and allegedly freeing 600,000 Jewish slaves out of Egypt, which never happened. And so now you got all of these black people who are scared to go into a portion of the culture of their ancestors because monotheism has demonized it. And so y'all see where I'm going with this? And so could you imagine being an Indian and then you a Christian and then the Bible say that being a Blackfoot Cherokee is evil? Or being a Somalian, a Seminole Indian is evil, and God killed all of them and freed the Jews out of the tribe of Seminole or the tribe of Blackfoot. So now you an Indian and you a descendant of Blackfoot, but the slaughtering of your ancestors, which is personified in this book, has turned you away from your own culture because you subscribe to monotheism. And so now let me continue on. Boom. Now we in astrological manipulation. Now we know that every day of the week, right, is associated with a planet. Now let's stay on Tuesday, because Tuesday is Mars and we're dealing with March right now. Every Tuesday, a planet gives off a gas. That gas.
Well, Monday is Moon Day, so that's not technically a planet.
Moon Day. Yeah, when I was a kid, I never understood why the work week and the school week started on Monday. Like, and when I was a kid, like a real little kid, I thought it was just Monday through Friday. Like when I was like 4 or 5, it was just Monday through Friday. Like, what is Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
And why are we off on Saturday and Sunday? Even though I'm glad we are, but why?
That's how the calendar is set up. Engineer this shit, yo. Like you said, we use the Greco-Roman or the Gregorian calendar. Mm-hmm. And once you see like how they took the old calendar that had 10 months.
I was waiting for it. Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to say it. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be boozy, but
bruh, you always come when I'm eating, dude. That's all the time.
Yeah, this is the last day on these biscuits. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, we took it from 10 months to 12 months, and then we added the leap year and all that shit. And the Greeks and Romans did all that shit, yeah.
Right.
And then like even some of the months, like August is for St. Augustine, and somebody else changed the name of a month. And
January comes from the name Janus.
And moved some shit around, and then the days of the week changed several times before we got to modern English. But it was all like Saturn and
I don't know who Janus was, but that's named after somebody too.
Mm-hmm. Full of prominence. And what that gas does is it trickles down into the atmosphere of this planet, and we breathe it in, and then we digest it biologically as well, and it causes psychological and biological effects and reactions within our organism. And so March, is the first year of the Jewish calendar, aka spring is the first year of the Jewish calendar. And the Jews feed off of the March, aka Aries energy, in order to keep the planet Earth in an intensified and warlike state. So Moses is what in the Bible? Moses, all right, dad name was Amram. A-M-R-A-M, okay? And then you have Abraham in the Bible. Now, Abraham came before Moses. A-B means before. So Abram, aka, because they say the correct spelling of Abraham is A-B-R-A-M. So his name would be Abram or Abram. Now, Abram literally means before the ram, which was Taurus, okay? And then you have Moses' dad, whose name is Amram. And Amram means on your way to the ram. And then Moses in the Bible is the ram. So this is why Moses in the Bible was doing all of this ritualistic slaughtering of the rams and things like that. And so this is why Jews blow the ram's horn, because they're dealing with the month of Aries, aka Nisan. The Bible is based off astrology, it's not literal. And so now why is this important? They're using the astrological energies and prominences to keep the consciousness of this planet Earth in an intense warlike state. All right, and they're doing this via opposition to God. This is why everything we do has God intertwined in it with this matrix. Money is what? The number one source of all evil, according to the Bible, right? Because why? It monetizes nature. It puts a false numerical value on things that are actually free. The Federal Reserve Bank is not owned by America. It's owned by the elites as a private company. On the dollar, it says what? In God we trust. When you go to court, it says what? In God we trust. When you get arrested, you put your hand on the Bible and you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So what? Help you God. And so everything that has to do with falsehood and indoctrination of your soul will always have God in the mix, because God is used to carry out the agenda of the people who are giving you God. And so not only are they giving you God and they set up this faculty, everything they do is ritualistically in alignment with astrology, aka Aries, aka the planet Mars, aka Tuesday, so that it can be in an intensified and warlike manner. 9/11, Tuesday. I mean, after 9/11 happened, when they went to war with the Middle East, it was on a Tuesday. Go look up every time a war pop off. It's on a Tuesday. So with that being said, these people are using monotheism to make you not seek out spirituality or other cultures outside of their own wanting, and then they're using God as a divine excuse to make you subscribe to them, alleging that they're better than you. And so not only do all of these books curse black people and ordain racism, these books also say that the Jews are the chosen people of God. And so with that being said, when the elites and all of these people are doing the things that they're doing, they have wrote a book to self-hypnotize themselves to actually believe that they are the chosen people of this alleged deity. For one, and then for two, by us subscribing to the belief of one God, we are by default subscribing to the alleged falsehood. I'm gonna say alleged fact, but it's really a falsehood. But we're subscribing to the alleged fact that God did choose these people. And so now we get to making up excuses like everything happens for a reason. Or you got some dumbass niggas I done seen on the internet who even then came out their mouth and went as far as to even say God enslaved us because he was punishing us. And so you hear a lot of people making excuses for things that's happening in the world due to the biblical puppet that's been given. And so God is a puppet, and the elites are the puppet master who's talking for God. And you think the puppet is real, but it's really them saying. And so that being said, they take religion and they subscribe it to any agenda they want to push. Now they got a Queen James Bible. And I'm serious. It's called Queen James. And it's a Bible that's specifically rewritten and revamped for homosexuals. Why? Because they want to push the LBGT homosexual community. And so with that being said, spirituality is adapted to any agenda that wishes to be pushed by the elites at that time. And whatever they want you to conform to, they just write it in there. And since you believe that God is writing these damn books, and you believe that what's being said in these books to take place is actually okay. And so they're using monotheism to get you away from your religion, also to make you subscribe to themselves as being the chosen people through divine revelation, and then they're using astrology to make sure that when they do public events or when they do make things happen in the public, it's in alignment with Aries, which is the first month of the Jewish calendar, aka Nisan, aka is a warlike and intense frequency in order to keep the planet in a state of intensity. And so astrology, as well as spiritual indoctrination, is being used to rule the planet. And so
yo, you sent me that shit of that rat?
Mm-hmm. That was in New York.
Yo.
New York?
The rat looked like a little puppy.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Baltimore got some big ass rats, yo.
And that shit was walking around not scared. It wasn't walking fast. It was walking like you and me, yo. This motherfucker like this my hood, nigga.
That was one of the biggest rats I've ever seen.
I swear to God. The rat was like a little puppy, like this fucking big, yo. And at first I'm looking at that shit, I'm like, that ain't no rat. That gotta be like is that a possum? There's something when you look at his tail and you look at his ears, it's a fucking rat.
I'm not gonna lie. When I go to New York, I stay out of fucking alleys. I stay towards the middle. I be out there and I don't be for that shit.
And Big Mac Baltimore, you know, I'm telling you, all them
Baltimore too. They'll get up in your car and chew up all the wiring and all that shit. But I'm sure we eat that shit. how you found it.
Yeah, it's hard to see this shit. You see it? Look at the bitch, yo. That's a rat. Look at the tail, yo. Look how big it is compared to the bumper of the car. That shit like a little puppy, nigga. And that shit is not scared. It's chilling.
Oh no, they're not scared.
That shit looking at the people like, what the fuck y'all staring at?
No, it's not. It's a rat.
He said that's an otter.
It looked like an otter.
The otter has a flat tail, man.
But there was one rat in New York, and that motherfucker was dragging a fucking slice of pizza. I was like, get the hell out.
I seen that shit, Pizza Rat.
Yo, that shit was crazy. But Baltimore is the only place to get up in your car, they be in your tailpipe, you fucking chew your wires.
He said that's an otter. That's what I was like, yo, that can't be a fucking rat, bro. And the more you look at it, yo, that was a fucking rat, dude. I would have punted that rat. Yo, what the fool? Get the fuck out of here. You would have kicked his ass and fucking cheese sauce would have came out that bitch.
Damn.
Otters live near rivers and streams. Well, that's what the sewer is a big ass river, underground river. That's where them gators be going. Motherfuckers get little crazy shit. Just let it go in the city. Yeah, I ain't never seen no rat like that. I'm from the South, yo. The biggest rat I ever seen was like, maybe like this, yo. But the tail was as long as that rat, yo. The fucking rat was like this big, and the tail was like almost twice as long as the fucking body, yo. But that rat just now was like, what the fuck, nigga? I don't know. So I would have punched the shit out that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. So far, so good. I'm just trying to work it. I'm gonna start working from the left and start pulling it over this way. So I just wanted to get all that blue filled in with the sky.
Right.
And now there's a lot of like gray and black I can work with. And I can kind of like pull these railings over some.
It's not bad. It's not.
You wanna do that?
That's it. Not really.
No, I've been here 2 hours.
But look.
New York?
Well, 44, that's like right there. That's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, let's do
it. That partner living off Big Macs. Alright, guys, we're out of here. I'll be back later. Do some more paint. But this piece is, hey, this is going to be a good picture. It's just a chill. I've already got a name for it. Summertime in the city. You know what I'm saying? Just, or something similar to that. I might try to shorten it up some kind of way. You know? Motherfucker just chilling outside, hot summer day. About to go have a drink and a smoke or some shit. But I said it's coming along nicely. Work on this a little bit later on. About to go run some errands real quick. Hippie cow steroids soon. Check that out. Nice fucking scar, right?
Look, there's our batch of scars. I'm dead.
That shit crazy, bro. I ain't never think I have to have some fucking surgery. I watched Troy and thought of you. Fuck you, nigga. Achilles.
Hey, yo.
Yo, that one. Yo, that one scene though, he was like, Hector! I think that's my favorite scene, just him by himself coming to the fucking gates, calling this nigga out. Come the fuck out here and face me, bro. Hector! Hector ain't scared as a little bitch, yo. Achilles was that dude, yo. That damn Achilles. I'm out of here, man. You just fucked my day up. I was watching it.
Little foot, long foot.
Achilles, yo, that one scene, yo, that shit was crazy. We just at the gates of they city calling this nigga name, yo, yelling this nigga, bring your ass out here, bitch. Yo, appreciate y'all chilling in the studio with us this morning, watching the progress on these paintings. Thanks for all the conversation, comments, compliments, some questions and stuff. Listened to a bunch of Young Pharaoh this morning. Like I said, it's still early in the day, so there's a good chance that I'll be back in here since I'm kind of tired of playing Cyberpunk, so it is what it is.
And watching Netflix. They need to give us some good new shows to watch.
Peace, yo. I'll highlight y'all later.
Hector killed his